Yo, what is up, guys? I hope everyone's doing good, chasing their dreams, and not listening to all the naysayers. Back at it with another video. In today's video, we are going to discuss what is it that we want to have in this life. I've got my notebook over here. I've been studying for the past couple of years, and I came across a really great sentence that I wrote. It said, first thing to change is to decide what is it that you want. See, a lot of times, if you ask someone, what do you want out of this life? We just panic and stop and start thinking. Oh, Muhammad, I want to have this thing. I want to have that thing. But the problem with that is, it is just because someone asks you this question, it is stuck in your head. And then the more you go on with the days, and then the more you go on with the weeks, you start forgetting what is it actually that you want. Until someone reminds you of that particular thing, or that particular situation, or I would say the thing that you are after. That's why it's really important for us to always have a paper that each and every single morning we wake up and start repeating to ourselves what is it that we actually want, to remind ourselves of that thing that we are actually working towards. Because the more we are going to progress in the days, the more things are going to change our mind. That's why it's really important for us to know what is it actually that we want, and just sit with ourselves each and every single morning and ask ourselves, what is it that we actually want? Each and every single morning. In the first couple of days, you're going to see yourself wandering between a lot of answers. Maybe for the first week, couple of days, it's going to be the same exact things that you want. But then the more you repeat for yourself, because it's going to be just 30 minutes. 30 minutes you are repeating for yourself what is it that you actually want. Just sitting with yourself. No one is around you. No one's telling you what is it exactly that you want, or what is exactly that you may have, and what are you after. And then you start realizing that this is maybe not the thing that I want. So you scroll on it and then start writing a new thing. Until you come into a really great answer. And you're going to be satisfied about it, is that this is exactly what I want. And to get to that point, we will need to understand that it won't happen in a day, it won't happen in 2 days, in a week, couple of weeks. It will take us a deep understanding of what is it actually that we want. And once we figure out what is it that we want, it's going to be so easy for us to actually accomplish it. Why? Because now we know what do we want. And then we're going to work towards that. Or let's say, matter of fact, from it. So as if we have that thing with us, whatever it can be. So I want to have a good body because of my health and whatever it is. So we're going to start working from it, not towards it. Because you might not have the answers to get to that point. Or you might just overcomplicate it. Because the first thing that the mind is going to do is it's going to apply fear. So how is it that I'm going to actually do it? And then little do you know, a couple of minutes, you already quit. Because you don't have the answers. But once you start thinking from the results, is that, okay, this is exactly what I want and this is exactly what I have. Every time you speak things, speak it in the present moment. Because here's where the ideas are going to start coming in. For an example, if you have anything that you're offering for a value, the more value you're going to give, the more you're going to get closer to your goals. And we will need to start asking ourselves, why am I here? And what am I going to do here? What are my unique abilities? It is really important for us to sit with ourselves for at least 10 to 15, I would say 30 minutes each and every single day. Just to remind ourselves who we are and what are we after. And is this exactly what we want to become? These are the things that the more you do, the more you're going to start finding yourself. And there's a great saying that I wrote over here, is that if I want to be free, I got to be me. Not what you think about me, not what my wife thinks about me, or what my kids think about me. It's what I think about me. So I better know who me is. So it's really important to understand who we are as an individual. The name that has been given to you has been given to you. It's not you. It has been given to you. The more you start figuring out who you are and what are you actually capable of, and the more you're going to dig deep down on discovering what are the capabilities and what are you after, because there's a lot of things that happen in our life is that people start telling us who we are. And we start forgetting on who we are because of the things that are coming from the external noises. So once you start speaking your goals to someone, the first thing you're gonna say is that, man, just be realistic. But if you're gonna speak that same goal to someone that actually accomplished it, he's gonna give you that hope, that faith that you can actually do it. So it's really important to understand when you speak your goals to some individuals. It can be family members, it can be friends, it can be, some strangers. You need to be super careful on what are the outputs that they are giving up to you, because these are the things that are going to, let's say, stick in your mind. If you're going to sit with someone and tell them about your goals and the first thing that they say is start complaining and just be realistic, that's exactly how you're going to feel, because it's going to give you that kind of emotions. Is that, man, this guy, man, I really trust, and he's telling me these kind of things. So every time you see him and every time you are working on your goals and you see this individual, it's going to click that kind of feelings. But on the other side, if you're going to sit with someone and surround yourself with the people that actually accomplished whatever you wanted, it's going to actually also click that kind of emotions, is that it's actually attainable, or you can actually succeed in getting whatever you want. So you would need to actually pay attention to what you love, and you need to pay attention to what you love doing. You don't want to feel forced in doing whatever you wanted, because it's gonna just affect your energy, and people are going to see it. So if you're not really comfortable doing some certain stuff, don't do it for the sake of doing it because you're going to start hating yourself. Do it because you actually want to do it. It comes out of your output. On the longer run, or let's say on the longer term, you're going to start finding that whatever you have done in your life, it was up to your decisions. And at the end of the day, whatever you do in your life, you can't blame anyone because you took that decision. And as they always say, is that you can bring the horse to the pond, and you can sometimes force it to drink, but you can never make it thirsty. So what do I mean by that? Is that sometimes you actually tell your, colleagues, your best friends, your loved ones, the people that are close to you about your goals and dreams, and you can, I would say, I don't believe in motivation, but you can actually give them that fire, and you can get them to do whatever you are doing. But if they don't have that thirst, that fire, that thirst of hunger, that thirst of success, they won't get whatever you are on. That's why when God plants an idea in your head, just keep it for yourself and start implementing and taking actions. Because if you're going to start telling people about it, you're going to start having a lot of mixed emotions and mixed opinion, which is going to result maybe in a different results than what you were actually expecting. So if you have an idea that God has actually implemented in you, in whatever it is, like maybe through meditation, through praying, you're just going out on a coffee by yourself, you're just sitting with a good friend of yours, and just idea comes in, make sure you write it down and start taking actions on that. And then when the results come in, then tell people more about it, because now you succeeded in whatever you are doing. And if you learned, tell people about your learning process if they ask you about it. But the most important thing is that before you tell people about your ideas and thoughts, if, like, let's say you don't have these people that are around you that are cheerful and they want to see you succeed, just make sure to have that idea inside of you in a way that you start taking actions, learning, and then resulting in a different results. But if you're going to actually start taking opinions from this individual, and this individual, and you know deep down that you might not actually find your, let's say, your answers, all they're just putting on is limiting barriers or limiting beliefs, it is better for us to actually just be quiet and hold on that idea and thought and function on ourselves. And we will need to be super clear on what is it exactly that we want. Super clear as in detailed. A lot of people, when I help them in whatever they are doing, and you can actually see in the link in the bio, but anyways, they don't know what they do they want. So, hey Muhammad, I want to, I don't know, be in a better mental position. I want to be in a better physical position. Yeah, but what does that mean? I don't know. No, I don't know. You need to tell me, because your mental position or your mental physical position definition is way different than mine. We might get one step closer, and I can tell you, is this your goal? And there's going to be a lot of confusion, and there's going to be a lot of misunderstanding. So once I sit with people, I make sure that I understand what are they actually after. So we can work on a plan that is going to actually make them achieve that. But if they don't know what they want, it would be really hard for me to actually help them achieve that goal, because they don't know what they want. It's like, you are holding hands of some individuals and you're just running. Yeah, but where are we going? I don't know. But once you know what's your clear vision, and once you know what's your clear purpose, and what are your core values, and all of these things, it will be easier for you to actually achieve that goal, because you know what you're after. And the most important thing is you start repeating whatever you want each and every single morning. Don't forget to do that, because there's a lot of opinions and there's a lot of ideas that are going to come into your mind, and you're going to start forgetting whatever you wanted. So each and every single day, boom, you can just change whatever you want. But once you repeat that exact thing, once you get to that point that, okay, this is exactly what I want, and start repeating it, your foundation and base is going to be grounded in the floor, that no matter what new ideas, new things, you are open to it, but for the time being, you are focused on your goal and your mission and your values and aim and vision. And then you can start, let's say, once you get successful and once you, I would say, master whatever you are doing, try new things. But don't go on the loop of trying new things, quitting, trying new things, quitting, trying new things, quitting, because at the end of the day, you're really not sure about what you're doing. And I firmly believe that when people quit from the first beginning phase, they didn't actually believe in whatever they're doing. That's why they quitted. So this is it for today's video. I hope you guys got a lot of valuable knowledge from it. And I do believe that once you start doing these kind of exercises, small exercises that I've gave you, you are going to start knowing what is it exactly that you want. And once you know that, you're going to be unstoppable and unshakable. Where in a point, you know what you're after, and all you have to do is just start taking actions. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video.